In last session, I have discussed what is default methods and what is static methods and what are the default functional interfaces in from Java 8 onwards. Today we have today we are going to see how to use these functional interfaces with example. Predicate Predicate it is a functional interface available in java.util.function package. The predicate is a functional interface in Java. Used to take it is used to check whether the condition is true or false. So it predicate interface can take one input and it return true or false. If condition is satisfied, it return true. If condition is not satisfied, it return false. It has a default abstract method test. It contains only one abstract method. So we are calling it as functional interfaces and we are representing as a functional interfaces. Here, uh, here see an example. Here I am creating and I'm taking a string array names as here Anushka, Madhya, Wilson. Now we are creating predicate and we are passing a string as parameter and we are creating a lambda expression here. What this expression checks is here we are passing name to this lambda function and we are checking the conditionals whether the given name is starts with a or not. Here it starts with a or not. So for that we are created condition and we are taking a string input. For that we are checking. For that we are passing string array names into this lambda expression by using for each loop. Here here I am taking string name as a variable and names string array names. Here we are passing it. If p.test is the abstract method which is available in predicate interface. We are testing the name. We are passing we are passing name to this lambda expression. Here first it takes Anushka and it checks and it is going to check whether the given name is start with A or not. If this condition is true, then it print that name. Here see console. Here it going to printing the name. So if this condition true, then only it will print that name. Understand? See here we are passing name string names object as one by one. So here we are testing it by using test abstract method. If that condition is satisfied, then only it will execute if condition. Else it does not execute if condition. So predicate is a predefined functional interface available from Java 8 and it going to return true or false. If our statement is true, then it's going to return true. If our statement is false, it's going to return false. So predicate returns a boolean value. Then we are then we can see what is BiPredicate interface. It is also same as predicate interface, but BiPredicate interface can take two inputs at the same time. Two inputs at the same time. It is also returning a boolean value. If our condition is true, then it will return true. If our condition is false, it will return false. Here, see an example. Now, in main method, we are creating a type predicate. Here we are passing integer. Here it open. Here less than symbol and greater than symbol are represented a generic type. Here for type safety. Here we are passing integer and integer. Here we are passing two integers, and we are checking, and we are created a lambda expression. Here a and b are we are passing through this lambda expression. If both sum is greater than 10, then only it will return true. Else it will return false. Here we are passing 4 and 5. Then both sum is equal to 9, 9 greater than 10. False. It will return false. If we are passing 6 and 7 as input, then this function interface test method test abstract method will call lambda expression. And here it will take a as 6 and b as 7. If a plus 6 plus 7, a plus b, 6 plus 7 greater than 10. Here 6 plus 7, 13, 13 greater than 10. Here it will return true. Here true. In console it will return true. Okay. Then we have another interface is supplier interface. It will it it does not take any input, but it will return output. So for that constant, we are going to take supplier interface, supplier function interface. Here see, supplier function interface in Java is used to provide output without taking any input. Without taking any input. Supplier interface have only one single abstract method called get, which is used to obtain the result. Okay. This interface is commonly used in Lambda expressions to return a value. Okay. It is used to return Lambda expression value directly without taking any. So see here one example OTP generator Java program. Here I'm taking a simple class as Lambda expression but now. Then I created a main method. In main method I created a supplier interface by passing a string data type. Here I created a Lambda expression. Here open brace, close brace, and this arrow mark is represented to Lambda expression. Here I am open curly brace, and here I close the curly brace. Internal these all statements are under this Lambda expression. So our supplier interface is returning string value. So our return value should be in string only. Here I take a empty string with OTP as a variable. OTP is an empty string, and my OTP should contain 6 digits. So for that, I created a for loop here, and I initialized I is equal to 1 and I less than I equal to 6. I plus plus increment. Here see, here OTP is a string equal to OTP plus int math.random into 10. Why I am giving this statement? Here math.random returns a boolean value. Sorry, returns a double value. Here it returns a double value. Math.random returns a double value. So for that, every single time this loop will iterate, I'm going to multiply it by 10. So it takes only one integer. Here it takes here it represented as Take here let's say I'm repeating it once again. Here map.random returns a double value. So it will print a 0 dot some random integers up to 18 up to some digits. So for that I'm multiplying it to 10 by 10. So it returns uh, earlier it was 0 point some numbers, but when I multiply it by 10, uh, it will goes to one digit before point. So one let's say some example 6 point something. So I am here I am representing it int. Here I am typecasting double value into value. Here I am typecasting this double value into value. Later I am storing this into value into OTP. Here every time I reinitialize this last string value only it can return. But here if first iteration happens, let's say six this map that random generated six. Earlier it is empty string. Then it OTP contains six. OTP string contains six. Then second iteration happens. Then it returns a two. Here six plus two typecasting. I'm concatenating this string OTP plus this value. So now I am initializing OTP as 62. So it will iterate this type in for 6 times. So here I'm getting 6 digits as output. So it return OTP. Here what OTP string is return type it. Here supplier is a string. I'm passing string. I'm here supplier type set is string. So it going to return only string value. After this for loop it going to return OTP string. For that and for that how it will return this string value? Whenever we call that lambda expression only, it will return that value. So for that, the supplier interface has one abstract method called get. Here I am printing. Here I am calling this lambda expression with this reference variable p dot get. Then it will return one random OTP. So for that same we are passing as 5 times. Every time it will return a unique 6-digit OTP. It does not match any. So every time we calling this lambda expression, it will return a new OTP with unique numbers. Here there is a one more interface called consumer interface. Here consumer interface only accept input and it does not return any, but it does not return anything. Here no result returning. Here see here a consumer in Java is a function interface that represent an operation that operation taking one input argument and returning no result. It contains an abstract method. It contains only one abstract method that is accept. All the function interfaces can only have one abstract method only. Here consumer interface having an abstract method called accept. Here by consumer is also as same as consumer interface, but by consumer will take two inputs and it does not return anything. Here, see here, huh, if Here function interface represented as by it will take two inputs. Okay, let's see both consumer and BiConsumer example. Let's see here, see a simple example for consumer interface. Here I'm taking a array list of array elements. Here my list is a string that contains string names. I'm typecasting it into arrays.list. These arrays converted into a list, and I created a consumer which types the as string. Here I created a lambda expression. See here, every time I pass a string name, it will go into print this statement. Here, let's say example as I pass here by using for each method, I am passing here as Anushka as name. It going to call this lambda expression. Then it print as Anushka. Yeah, that's the one you see here. Okay, here I'm iterating this array list by using for each. By using for each method, I am going to iterate this array list into this lambda expression. Here, this P is a consumer reference variable. Okay, let's see here by consumer. See, I'm uh, I'm taking two strings as input, and I'm concatenating those two strings, and I'm going to print it. Here, see here, it does not defaultly return anything. So I'm here giving a print statement. It adds up to input, but it does not return anything. So it is called as consumer interface. You see here I'm created a by consumer interface by passing two inputs as string. Here string comma string the we are representing input one, input two, and here I created a lambda expression. Here I'm pass here str1 and str2 will represented as two input strings, and I'm going to printing it here string one plus string two. I'm concatenating two strings. Here use the by consumer with two strings. Here, by using abstract methods, I am passing two two strings. So, string concatenation is a by consumer reference variable. By using by consumer reference variable dot abstract method, I am passing two inputs. Here, after passing two inputs, this abstract method will call lambda expression. Here, it will take as str1 as hello and str2 as world, and it will print str1 plus str2. So it will concatenate those two strings, hello, comma, world. See here, by convenient interface. Here I'm passing two strings as input by using accept method, str1 and str2. It will concatenate two strings as string as a single string. Okay. Let us see here. There is one more interface in there is one more functional interface from Java 8 onwards. All these before we go discuss about these function interfaces will predicate interface will take one input. It will take one input and it will return only boolean value. And by predicate it will take two inputs, but it will return only boolean value. And here supplier interface it does not take any input, but it will return output. Here consumer interface it take input and it does not return any output. And by consumer also, it will take two inputs, but it does not return any value. So yeah, by creating this function interface, we can take input and we can return also. So here we can take a input and we can return a value also. For that, this functional interface is useful. Here, a function in Java is a function interface. It will present in java.util.function all the function interfaces, all the default function interfaces from Java are available in java.util.function package. Okay, here, see here, it function interface will take only one input and it will return one output. Okay, it contains only one abstract method, that is apply. Okay, by using this apply only, we can pass input. Okay, by function, function. It is also as same as function interface, but here it is a by function. So here by represents two input. Here it will take two input arguments and it will only return one output only. Okay, it doesn't contains abstract method. Same as a function interface apply method. Here see a simple example. See here, I create a interface fun- function function interface. Here, see here, function has two generic types, string and string. What is it means? Here, first the input generic type is string. Then second represent output return type. Okay, output return type. Here, input return type is string, on output return type also string, and passing it for a simple example. See here, I created a simple lambda expression. For what that it mean? Here I pass a string value and it will go into represent it as a two uppercase letters. Okay. See here, and I'm taking here uppercase. What is the uppercase means? Function interface reference variable. Okay. By using reference variable dot apply. In this apply, I'm passing a string. Okay. String. Here function input is a string. So I am passing here a string. Okay. Here I'm passing a input by using apply method. Hello is a input string. Here then it will call lambda expression. Here s representative is a hello and s dot to uppercase. It will go into hello as a to uppercase. See here it will go into represent a hello. Why we why I'm getting as a string here? I'm giving return type also as string. So it will take a string and it will return string. Okay. Here by function interface also. Here by and I created a by function. Here here given three input types, three generic types. What that is mean? By by everything by represented a function interface. By function will take two inputs. Okay. Here input two. Input one return type. Sorry, input one type data type integers. Input two data type integer. Here last string is represented as return type. Okay, return type. Input one, input two, and return. Here input one data type is integer. Input two data type is integer, and output data type is also integer. Okay, this is generic type safety. Okay, here I created a lambda expression here. I taken two variables and I'm going to add those two numbers. Okay. Here by using BiFunction reference variable add dot. Here add is a BiFunction reference variable. By using reference variable dot apply method, I am passing here two integer values now. Okay, input one, input two. Let's say here let's see here is 5 and y here 3. Okay, by going if we pass input values, it will call lambda expression here. This lambda expression is going to add those two integers. Okay, and here return type is also integer. Okay, then only you can get return type integer. Okay, then we have a string joiner class which is also introduced in Java. It provides a convenient and efficient way to construct a sequence of characters separated by delimiter. Okay? So what that is mean? It will add some strings or some some strings by using a delimiter. Okay, with delimiter constructor. Here string joiner class have a constructor overloading. Here one is only delimiter constructor, another one is delimiter plus prefix plus suffix. What is this prefix and suffix? Prefix means before string, suffix means after string. Okay, let's see here an example. Here I created a string joiner class object by using string joiner. Here res1 is a string joiner reference variable, and here I created an object for string joiner class. Okay, here I passed only one parameter. It is a one parameter means delimiter constructor. Okay? Here it will represent the delimiter constructor. Here I given a minus symbol. The for that it may represent. Okay, let's take three string inputs. Here we can pass input as by using the add method. Here string joiner reference variable dot add method. I'm passing it a name. Here I'm passing it a name. Here I'm passing it a name. Then whenever I print whenever I print this string joiner class, it will dealing it will going to give output as f1 hyphen some name. Okay, why I am getting this output? Here I am passing a delimiter. Okay, by using this delimiter, it going to represent string string. Okay, it will uh, take speed. Okay, let's see here to construct a sequence of characters. Okay, here I am passing three strings. These three strings, these three string sequence of characters separated. Here a delimiter and here I take here I gain as hyphen. Okay, by this hyphen only it will represent sequence of strings. Okay, here it is the first string, it is second string, it is third string. I passed it. I'm passing here three strings. Okay, all these three strings are separated by a hyphen delimiter. Okay, hyphen delimiter. Okay, understand? Here, string joiner class have one more constructor. That means constructor overloading. In this constructor, it has a delimiter and it has a prefix, and it has a suffix condition. Okay. See here example. I created a one more string joiner class object here. Rest2 is a rest2 is a second string joiner class object. Here I passed a here I am passing here parameters. Here first one is a delimiter, second one is a prefix. What is prefix before string? Here third parameter is a suffix. What is suffix after the string? And I am passing here as open brace and close brace. Here I passed here I am passing three strings by using add method. Then if I print that second string joiner object, it's going to give a output as open brace, first string, second string, third string with a delimiter separated. That see here in the end of the string it is going to count as a close brace. And why I am getting this output? Here I am passing. Here I am saying that before print my string, please pass this open brace. Okay, so that's why I'm looking for open brace. This is prefix and this is suffix. And I given a delimiter here hyphen by separating these three strings. A string one separated with a delimiter hyphen, string two separated with a delimiter hyphen. Okay. This string joiner class is available in java.util package. Okay. Java.util package string joiner class. Okay. Today we have seen what are function interfaces available from Java 8. Okay. What are the three different function interfaces available from Java 8? What are the two different function interfaces? What predicate, BiPredicate, supplier, consumer, BiConsumer, function, BiFunction. Later we see what is string joiner class, what are the string joiner constructor overloading, what is delimiter, what is prefix, what is suffix. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.